to Angel Air. My name is Anita Mayberry. Thank you so much for tuning in to this exact same moment, time, and place. For all you Angel Air watchers and listeners, we have a special treat for you today. I am in the home and beautiful presence of the beautiful Coleen Paraboschi, and I'm so excited to have you on Angel Air
Well,
today.
thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing us to come into the beautiful presence of the energy in here. And I just want to make a slight note here that when I come into this beautiful room that is charged with all this energy, all this love, all this light, it's something that you feel you can breathe in, something that you feel is a sense of almost coming home to. There have been several occasions where I've been here and all I have to do is set foot into the energy of here and tears come down my face, but they're tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of reconnecting with someone who is a beautiful ancient old soul who works with the divine energy. And Colleen is a spiritual intuitive guide, and I would love, Colleen, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us your journey of how spirit came into your life and how the events unfolded from you thereafter, because you've got so many unique stories that are priceless, that you know they are organizing and orchestrating everything up there and allowing all of that beauty to unfold for you. And to know you and to see you, even in the short amount of time, this time around at least,
I know,
that
right?
we've known each other, it's so beautiful to see you in this space and place where you can just allow what you've been gifted with and what you are able to do to just flourish. So, my love, if you don't mind just sharing your journey and story with us. I am super excited, by the way. Just have to point that out again because I love Colleen and I'm so grateful to be in her presence.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for that introduction. I think the way that you said it is perfect.
Thank you.
A lot of us are looking to come home.
Yes.
And there's a part of us, and you picked it up, that there's a knowingness within us of something different and something like a remembrance of a way of life that was different. And I think after the 12-12-12, a lot of stargates opened, or a lot of energies opened to come in and allow us to move forward to create a different way of being. And now is that time. So this is a sanctuary in my home.
Yeah.
I live in Lower Makefield, and I am a mom with 4 kids.
And you do it all.
And I try to do as best as I can. And so my journey is probably something a little different. I wasn't one of those people that can say growing up I had this experience or that experience. 7 years ago, when I was 42, I was sitting in this room. I have children doing the minivan, the soccer mom, and the Archangel Michael appeared. And I did not know who he was. So I said, wow, he was very tall, the room filled with light, and he put his face up to mine. And so I immediately went to the internet and looked up angels. And that's where I found who he was.
Wow.
I called my mom and said, you're not gonna believe what's happened to me. And she said, oh, and by the way, I think I should tell you, I have family from Germany. And she said, your grandmother was the healer in the village. She had precognition dreaming.
Wow.
My aunt is at that time doing energy healing as an empath. So I was like, things we never talked about in our family. So that was like a nice something to cling to. My journey then took an interesting twist, because after that I started awakening, and one of the things that I primarily was doing at that time was going to sacred sites. So one of the early ones that I was sent to immediately almost was Guatemala, the Pyramid of Tikal.
Wow.
That's what I said. I kept getting, and how did I get this message? I would just get it over and over, Tikal. I'd wake up, Tikal. So,
oh my gosh, it gives me chills.
Yeah, so I'm like, wait a minute, I am a soccer mom. But I think there's a time or point in your life where you receive activations, and I think that was mine, that according to my soul contract, which I understand about now but did not know then, there's a point where you've made an agreement to come do the work. And I believe Archangel Michael is activating many people for his legions of light.
Yes, and I love that you said that. My hair is literally standing on here. I love all the work that he entails and everything that he orchestrates with his legions and his everything.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
So that being said, one of the first places I did go to was the Pyramid of Tikal. Very new to this work, not really understanding much, but being available. And I think that's one of the greatest things we can do, is to be available to the work in whatever form it takes. And in that time, I went to Tikal, and it was a full moon, which now I know understand about full moons. And it was the new year. I was given a time to be there. And I remember being there, and I'm having lunch, and my guides are going, please get there, please get there. So I walked into the, if you go to Tikal, there's the Jaguar Temple. There's 2 temples in a very big courtyard. Wow. And I walked into the courtyard, and there was a shaman, Om Ra-El. Wow. And he was with a Guatemalan healer, the daughter of the last Guatemalan rainmaker. Oh my gosh. I saw her, I burst into tears. Wow. That's incredible. And I just said, I have to, I came here, I know you guys, and he spoke something, she spoke something. I had brought a few crystals, and we ended up doing a ceremony at the base of the Jaguar Temple. Oh, that's so beautiful. I believe that was part of my initiation into the work.
What an initiation.
Do I know what they said? No. But just the changes, visions. Yeah. So after that, I came home and just started to listen. Yeah. And things kind of happened for me. Don't know how to explain them all, but they were very, very good. I had a vision of a pole with a circle around it, and I wrote the word vibration, sound and vibration, and I'm like, what is this? And the next stop I went to, there was a gentleman who I just met briefly at a party or something, and my guide said, go speak to him. And I said, do you know what this pole with this circle is? I mean, come on, you know? And he said, yes, absolutely. He says, this is a sun-moon dance, and this is the visionary work of Joseph Rael, again, the Rael. And you can get his book, Sound and Vibration, and he's been a teacher of mine. His brother Benito has stayed at my house, and we've done some amazing work together. Great, great teachers, great beings. And what that is there's different dances that he has visions of that work with cosmic energies, so on and so forth, and also subconscious and unconscious mind. I
can just imagine you all getting around together, doing the dances, and totally bringing in that vibration.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the earth, the ground, the trees, the grass, the people, everything, that had to be exhilarating.
Well, it wasn't that exhilarating when I found out it was 3 days of fasting from food and water.
Oh my.
And so I said, well, if it's on my birthday, I get to do whatever I want on my birthday. And it ended up being in Joshua Tree, California, that I went out to dance on the 10-10-10. And I was told I was there to bring in some energies as well. One of the great things about the dances is Joseph talks about how we are dancing not only for ourselves, but for all the people.
Yes.
Even the one sitting in the recliner, watching TV while you're dancing. And I think that's an important message, because we're all coming together at this time to do things as a collective, and as every person does more, be it light language, angel card readings, feeding the poor, praying more, we come together. I have been called and given the gift of speaking light language as well.
Which I'm so excited, and I hope at the end we get to hear a little bit of that.
We definitely will. That was amazing.
Wonderful.
You know, so here I am doing these dances. I'm wondering a lot of the time what is going on. Really, I struggled. I want people to know it's not always easy to step into these things, but I think eventually Spirit will work with you as you go to different levels of consciousness.
And as you open up.
And as you open up, the people you need will show up. And faith is a large part of it, and belief. So
that's so lovely. And your story to me is inspirational, because it's not meaning that you weren't born with this, but it's almost something that kind of started overnight. You were kept getting the messages coming in, and you're like, wait, what is this? What do you want me to do with that?
Right.
And then seeing Archangel Michael, could only imagine how you absorb the energy from that, and how he came in and looked you in the eyes, because I can almost visualize that, and Wow, that must have been like a profound moment for you. Like, what the heck is going on?
That was what the heck is going on.
And I think that's important too for our viewers to know as well, that, you know, when people are allowing their hearts, their mind, their body, their spirit to expand, it's allowing the energies of a higher vibration to come in. And yes, we are these vessels, and yes, we have our journeys, and yes, we have our paths. But the more open, like you mentioned before, that you become, and the more awakened your mind on all different levels and aspects that you're walking in, breathing in, eating in, all of that allows things like this to open up and just transpire and just transform.
Transform is very good. Yes, transform.
Because it's interesting, like even over the past few months that we've connected, and we're able to get in touch in many different beautiful spiritual ways. It's like I can see and feel your energy and how much you have, I don't want to just say the word change, but the growth that you've carried with you, and just allow that to just manifest and just bloom. It's amazing. And your eyes, like I can't stop staring at your eyes, because it's like this glow that comes from it. It's like that energy. You just don't want to turn away from it. And you've got beautiful eyes to begin with.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you so much. Who doesn't love this, right? Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Well, it's very interesting because I did go to angel groups, and I wasn't quite fitting in there, because a lot of what I do is galactic.
Yeah.
So it's galactic activation. So I do healings for people as well. A lot of what I believe I do is galactic activation. So as we come into the new earth, which is changing all the time, I work at different sacred sites. I've been to so many. One year I went to Mexico, I think 2 or 3 times within the span of 8 months. My husband, I am married, has been really wonderful, and has been supportive of me doing this.
Which totally helps.
It's not his journey.
Yes.
And that was something, we both came to mutual respect. He's a different path. He's not doing what I'm doing. And I respect what he does, because I think it's very beautiful and loving the way that he does it. So, but anyway, so in the course of probably the last 7 years, I went to Belize.
I want to go there so bad.
And it's not like I choose what to do. It's more like I'm giving messages where to go. So I went to Belize down there. I met a shaman down there. I think it was set up. Got there, no idea. Spoke on the phone to a man, and he said, well, where do you want to go? What do you want to see? He was a tour guide.
Oh, wow.
And he said, do you want to see pyramids? And I'm like, yeah. Yes. And he said, well, we have a lunch and we go to the pyramid. And I'm like, no. And out of my mouth comes, I want to see jaguars. And jaguars do not just run around in Belize. It's like, you know. And then he said, well, we can go to the zoo. And I'm like, no, I want to see jaguars. And finally, I was so frustrated with Spirit. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And he says, just as I said, you know what, let me think about it. As I'm about to hang up, he says, I will come over in half an hour. So he came over, and I said, please give me some help. And he had big jaguar teeth necklace. He was the son of the shaman in the Mayan village up here, sending money back. So we ended up doing work together there. So that's happened quite a few times where it's worked out.
Yes.
So I feel very blessed with that.
That's incredible. I mean, just to get those messages to just go, and you know, having faith, that's another thing too. Yeah. Like having faith that, you know, what you're doing is in the alignment, and knowing that there's a bigger reason why you're being called to do this, that you just flow with the energy of that.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like you're putting on blocks and barriers. You're allowing yourself to just be open to whatever it is, and calling upon Spirit when you're like, okay, come on guys, like I know I'm here for a reason. There is an intent.
That was large, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it like I said, it all worked out, and I had to say, why me? You know, I don't live in Sedona. I'm a mom here, and that was very difficult. And I still do sometimes go back and forth, but why me? And what I was told is the way that I carry the energies is galactic. Everybody carries energies differently, and I believe the part of what we do is the way we carry the energies is part of why we're here and doing certain things.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
So I talk a lot in metaphor, so it's like a puzzle. Everybody is shaped a certain way. Your cameraman I met today, and I could tell the way he's carrying the energies is for a specific purpose now. I mean, and it's on a different level that I get to see things. So the way you're carrying We spoke just briefly before the taping.
Share this,
Okay,
please.
I hadn't seen Anita for a while. We just met, I think it was just September, really recently.
Yes.
But I know that Anita's purpose here, or my interpretation, is she's going to bring a lot of the energy and information from galactic beings to large groups of people. And I think that's part of your path. And you said yes, you agreed with that. Part of what I was getting was I bring the beings, I work with the beings on a certain other level interdimensionally to bring them to the point where they can more easily be accessible by her. So it's like a group project. It's like the tuning fork up here tunes to me. So I act as a tuning fork often that brings the energies in. So maybe I'll do, recently I was in Mexico, just a couple, actually last week, because of the new year, there were new energies coming in and I went to the pyramid of Coba. Coba is the tallest pyramid in Mexico.
Wow.
I believe in the Yucatan Peninsula, and I was told to go there and that different galactic codes would be coming in. I just need to be there. Are they not going to come in? I think humans have we can downshift them. We're certain tuning forks. We're vibrational beings. We're not just humans. So that was part of what I did there.
Absolutely.
I have been, this year, I'll just tell you where I went this year. I was in, where was I? I was in Sedona, and I met with a shaman out there, and I had a vision of a cave, and he took me to Shaman's Cave, and
I saw pictures.
yeah, beautiful energy. I got there, I started crying, because I just remembered being there and I missed it. So I did that, and we brought in the energy of the blue Kachina beings. I got the blessing. I met with Benito Rael before I went there and got his blessing, because I often check in. I like to, I respect the elder teachings, so that was beautiful. After that, shortly after that, I did go to, that was in, then I was Santa Fe Star Dreaming, if you ever get a chance. Beautiful work out there by James Jareb, and it's 13 temples on 5 acres, and he's doing beautiful things, and we were there for the Beltane on May 1st energies. And then I went up and worked with the Anasazi Kivas, because it was part of bringing the Orion energies, and that was the final piece of something I'd been doing. And I guess it was July, I traveled to Glastonbury, England.
Wow.
And I was there again for a full moon, and I was there on the tour bringing in the Magdalene starseed energies. And I just like to take a moment to talk about those. Those are the unification of the feminine. We keep talking about the feminine coming in. We're not working here on the planet just alone. We are working with star beings, many other planetary dimensions are invested in what happens on the earth. So as you can tell, when I start talking, I talk very galactically. We have work to do here. That's why we are here. We've made an agreement to be here during this time. The star seeds are like the Magdalene, the Mary, and so they were like star codes coming in.
Yes.
So shortly after that, I believe it was November 12th, I went to India. I got to spend time with a Swami Paramanand Guruji Maharaj, and beautiful ascended being. I traveled over there with Sally Perry, who was a longtime student of his out of Virginia, also does sun moon dances. And then I went, for 1 week I was at his ashram, and then I went to the children's home in Vrindavan, who is run by a beautiful woman saint named Didi Ma. And just beautiful to be with a saint, a living saint who does service. So one of the things is, I speak light language, but I do believe in service and seva. I do believe getting out there, feeding the poor, praying, whatever you can do, is important, even if you're not speaking light language or if you are. So I guess what I would like to tell viewers is that yes, I do activations. If you hear this, you might think it's for you. It's a good thing. You're ready to get some activations as the grids change, as we move into the new earth energies. The light language is a frequency that helps you. Sometimes I can just look at people, and if they're at a certain point, they receive activations.
Absolutely.
Which is something kind of new, but this is where we're at. So you might be saying, what is this light language?
Yes.
I'm going to speak a little bit of it and say it sounds like this. So mine, okay, there's many different light languages. They're different vibrational codes, but they come from the one source. So as they're channeled through you, you're going to pick it up differently kind of like every speaker is a little different, but it's the same radio station, which is God. So it sounds like this. Welcome listeners. There are many great things coming. As the earth transitions, as humanity transitions, if you're listening to this, you may be a part of this. Indeed, you are, even if you do not have an awareness of it. We are here at this time. Many of us beings, I've met probably 8 other women doing this, and some men. This year, and I know, Anita, that you also speak a kind of light language.
I do, yes.
So maybe Anita and I will have a short
light language conversation.
So you can hear what it's like when 2 people speak. And I believe we're speaking from different levels of consciousness, exchanging frequencies. Do people understand what I'm saying? Sometimes they understand it perfectly. There was a guru that came by, Swami Ken is his name, and I went up to him and spoke light language, and I said, and he said, yeah, and I said, did you hear what I said? And he said, could you say it again? I said, and I started talking to him, and he says, you just gave me the story of how I met my guru.
Oh, wow.
And right then, his guru, I said, there's someone standing next to me, and he says, yes, that's my guru.
Oh my goodness.
So he understood it. Sometimes people don't understand it, and it's just the vibrational opening for working with the star codes and things that are coming in. So you all, who is listening to this, carry certain DNA that can be activated through many different ways. This is not the only way, but it is a way that works quickly. Sometimes people come and they hear light language spoken, the next day they speak it.
Yes.
Simultaneously, which freaks them out. One guy hunted me down and he said, what did you do to me? And I'm like, but he was ready. He's ready. He was ready. So I think, there's many great things about the light language. You can write it. I've written numerous ones. Sometimes when people speak, I can pick up their vibration. And I sat with a Tibetan High Lama who was speaking. Every time he spoke, I wrote this language left to right, because it was an ancient language that he's giving us. We're coming back to ancient knowing from a time of great beauty. If you're Hindu, you call it a yug. If you're Mayan, it's the end of the calendar. It's time for us. And I think that's the message. We're moving to beauty.
I love that.
And creating from beauty. So however it is called for you, light language, healing others, claiming things that you've been told are not the way it should be, opening to the new paradigms, the new earth.
I found that it was very healing for me because it was almost like a piece of the missing puzzle. It's like, you know you're not from here. You've been to other worlds and other galaxies and other planets and other solar systems. But when you hear it and then it registers for you, it's like, that's a part of me and I missed that part. And then when it comes through, it's like, I remember the first few times when, I was speaking this language and it was just like, I just felt the energy of it being so beautiful that I would cry when I would speak it because it was that moving.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I have gone to groups and for something else, and then in the end I speak light language and one woman just burst in tears. She says, something in my heart just opened. And that gives me validation.
Yes.
I'd like to get to the point where I don't need validation, but we all are on a journey to have. And so in summary, I hope that everyone is having a good time on their journey, and I'm here to validate a lot of what you do. Some people do say, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. And I said, what's it gonna hurt? Start doing it, make it happier, and check in often if you can with your guides, with your friends. I am firmly believing that one of the important things is that we're coming together now. The time is not to work alone. Like Nita and I found each other at a party. And so we're working together more as groups. And even just sitting with her today is beneficial. So, and I have just said it is so nice to see you after so long. We remembered each other from a past lifetime. That doesn't mean that I'm perfect or she's perfect. We still do, may I speak for you, we work a lot. I do meditation, yoga to keep working, as the Native Americans say, to create the hollow bone so that spirit may constantly come through me. So I think that's a beautiful thing as we remember from the light temples, the ancient memories that we're carrying within us as more and more opportunity opens.
That's beautiful, love. That's beautiful. Well, I just want to thank you so much for bringing in all of your beautiful light language, the beautiful galactic energy that you carry and you transfer back and forth, and being a part of your journey and this path with you. It's definitely moved my soul and my spirit. And I just want to say to everybody, it is so great to see this soul next to me, because she and I have seen each other many other lifetimes before. And it's so wonderful. We can sit here and have a lovely discussion about the things that move us the most. And it's just so wonderful and so beautiful. And with that, I also want to include that you also are going to be at a Mind Body Spirit Expo. So all those viewers and listeners that are tuning into Angel Air, would you mind sharing with us when and where that will be?
Well, thank you, Anita. This is the year that I am moving forward. I'll be at the Mind Body Spirit Expo in New Jersey. I believe it's April 10th through 12th. And I will be doing a speech on, be doing a talk there also about light language. I'm going to be giving group activation. And there are definitely people out there who are ready for this. So I'm hoping if you hear this, you will come. It's the lecture and activation is free.
Beautiful.
With the entrance fee, I believe. And right now I do not have a website. It is being renewed. Renewed Rebirth is part of this.
It's easier to do it.
It is. But I can be reached through Angel Air right now if you want to contact Anita. And I just have gratitude right now for what I am being taken to do at this moment. So if it can be helpful to awakening people, it's with gratitude. And I always pray to be of service. I think that's the big message. If you ask to be of service, you will be.
Yeah, maybe we'll come and get you.
Maybe not in the way that you thought. I mean, nobody really thinks I'm going to be 48 and start speaking light language. I don't think that's on anybody's 5-year plan. Well, maybe now it is. So anyway, and I'm glad that Spirit showed up, and so that Anita would encourage me to be out there and speaking with people as well. So
it's time.
All works out perfectly.
Everybody, humanity, be ready for this woman next to me, because she is moving mountains with what she has and what's in store for her. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Angel Air. Colleen, thank you again so much for being here today with us.
Peace to all, light to all, love to all.
Beautiful, love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and you just never know where, when, or how I'm going to pop up next. You take care. Be blessed, be beautiful, and be in the love and always the light. Thank you.